Alright guys, UFC this weekend, Ankalaev versus Guskov. The fights are going to be over in Abu Dhabi, so it'll be late at night for me. Going to run through the card and give you my prediction and my early bets. So far I've just got money lines and over-under round props available. So first up we got Abdul Hussein versus Cody Gibson. And I like Abdul Hussein in this matchup. I was impressed with his win over Tyson Nam, former UFC fighter. I like how Abdul mixes his striking with his takedowns. He's constantly switching stances. He looks pretty tricky on the feet. He's got good power in the hands, and I like how he mixes it all together to confuse his opponents. And I think he's going to get the win here. I feel pretty confident in Abdul in this matchup. Cody Gibson, I've never really rated him that highly, and he's 38 years old now, coming off a KO loss. So yeah, I like Abdul here. I've put him in a couple parlays. So yeah, Abdul, confident pick. Ankalaev versus Davis. This is going to be a competitive fight. Ankalaev is a good wrestler. Striking, pretty decent. Mike Davis, I think he's the better striker. But is he going to be able to defend the takedowns? Ankalaev is probably going to try and grapple here. Push Davis up against the cage. I like this fight to go over 1.5 rounds as a parlay piece. I'm not confident on the money line either side. So for a pick, I'll go Ankalaev winning by decision, just because he's the Muslim guy, and I think he could get a lean for the judges in a close fight. Could see him sort of pushing Davis up against the cage and just winning a decision. But yeah, I like the over 1.5 as a bet. Ribeiro versus Magomed Turluchov. I like Magomed in this matchup. He's a big favourite. He's only got 6 fights, but he looked pretty impressive on tape. He's got explosive striking. He's also got good grappling by the looks of it. So I put Magomed in a parlay early for this week. And I'm going to play the fight to end in round 1 and the fight to end in round 2 when those become available. I do think Ribeiro could potentially get a first round finish, but it's pretty unlikely. Ribeiro's striking is actually pretty dangerous. He's also got a really long reach, so he has got a puncher's chance. So I'm not going too heavy on Magomed, putting him in heaps of parlays. I've only got him in one multi because I do think there's potential Ribeiro gets an upset. But I think the more likely outcome is Magomed using his wrestling here, because he does look to have pretty decent wrestling, and Ribeiro's shown really bad takedown defense, and that's what these guys have been doing to finish Ribeiro. Like if you look at his recent losses, Abdul took him down, choked him out. Sai took him down, beat him up. So yeah, his takedown defense is bad. So yeah, I think Magomed's going to take him down and probably submit him or ground and pound finish. Next up, Ismail versus Axel Soler. I like Axel Soler here. I don't think Ismail Bonfim is that good. I faded him in his last couple fights and have made money. I faded him against Padilla. Padilla was an underdog, knocked him out. Faded him against Nazim. Nazim was an underdog, knocked him out. So yeah, I question the durability of Bonfim. He's coming off 2 KO losses. And Axel Soler, I was impressed with his last fight, even though he lost. He looks very durable, so I think he's got a big durability advantage. This Mason Jones fight was a war, and he never quit, and he showed good durability. And I think he's got good skills, well-rounded. So yeah, I like Soler in this matchup. I do have a bet on him, just a single bet at 1.52 odds. Next up, Sana Ponzinibbio versus Sam Patterson. So Ponzinibbio used to be a great fighter, but I think he's too old now, and he hasn't been looking good in recent fights. Got KO'd by D-Rod in his last fight. Sam Patterson, he's coming off a loss, but it was up against MVP, who's a very tricky striker. He can make a lot of fighters look bad, and I think Patterson is going to get the win here, probably by finish. He's got a reach advantage. I think he's going to tag Ponzinibbio on the feet, and Ponzinibbio's chin hasn't been looking the same in recent fights. So yeah, I'm pretty confident on Sam Patterson here. I put him in a parlay as the lock of the week, the early lock with the main event, Magomed and Ankalaev to get the win. Those two together, 150 odds. Then we're going Dustin Jacoby versus Muhammad Saeed. This Muhammad guy actually looks pretty good. Explosive on the feet. His wrestling looks okay. But I think the experience of Jacoby, he's fought the much higher level guys. So I'm leaning Jacoby in this matchup. Looks like some money's coming in on Muhammad. So I'm going to wait until closer to fight. See if we can get some better odds on Jacoby. Not really confident on this one. Probably just going to put not too much on Jacoby, but I do like him for the win, and hopefully we get some decent odds. Walter Walker versus Peterson. This is a tough fight. I don't think we'll get a good price on the Walter Walker sub because he's just been subbing so many guys, so I'm probably going to pass on this fight. I know a lot of guys taking Peterson for the upset, but the odds have sort of gotten a bit closer now, and I'm not interested. For a pick, I'll go Walter Walker by submission, but I'm not going to bet it. Abubakar Vagayev versus Sagid Ikamaev. I like, as a pick, I'll go Abubakar by decision. He's one of those boring, daggy decisionators, and I think he can get his wrestling going here and just win a boring decision probably. I'm going to take the over 1.5 as a bet. I think this fight goes over. I'm thinking of putting that with the Ankalaev over 1.5. But for a pick, I'll go Vagayev decision. Next up, Rizian Kuniev versus Fortune. I think Kuniev's going to win here. I think his bodywork and his grinding style is going to break down Tyrell Fortune, and I see a late stoppage or decision for Kuniev. So I've played Kuniev plus over 1.5 rounds because Kuniev's a big favourite. You can get the price up to 1.86, which is pretty good odds. So yeah, that's what I like for this one. Kuniev plus over 1.5 rounds. Next up, Damian Rezabecki versus Magomed Zhukov. Lots of Magomeds on this card. So yeah, this Polish guy, he actually looks pretty decent. I think this is quite a tough matchup for Magomed, but I do think Magomed's going to get the win. I'm going to look at Magomed plus over 1.5 rounds to increase the odds because he is a big favourite. I think this Damian guy does look decent and tough, so I think it's going to be either a late KO or decision for Magomed. Magomed, good Muay Thai striking. Looks to me like he's more of a guy that accumulates damage over the fight. Not a huge hitter, just an accurate striker with good volume. So yeah, I think Magomed late KO or decision is most likely here. That's what I'm going to go with. Next up, Islam versus Wellington Turman. So Wellington's been out for like 3 years, so it's hard to know what he's going to look like coming back. He has been training with Alex Pereira, so potentially he has been leveling up. I'm not parlaying Dulatov just for those reasons that Turman is young and maybe he's improved a lot with that time off working with Alex Pereira. So I'm probably going to have a look at fight to end in round 1 or fight to end in round 2, see what the odds are for that for this one, because Islam, I think he could just go out there and chin Wellington Turman, but with those questions about Wellington, what's he been doing in the time off, I think it's a bit risky. Next up, Steve Erceg versus Ramazan Tamirov. This is an interesting fight. Lots of people on Ramazan. I do think Ramazan is going to win round 1. He's very explosive, but I think if Erceg can survive round 1, he could take over in round 2 and 3 with using his height and reach, pumping the jab, and I also think he's the better grappler here. So I'm going to go Erceg in this one to take over round 2-3 and win by late stoppage or decision. Then we got Magomed versus Bogdan, and I think Magomed's going to win here. It's not a hot take. I just think his striking is more sharp. I like his straight backhand that he throws, and I think Bogdan, he's got power. He has got a puncher's chance, but he throws a lot of looping shots, and I think Magomed with his straight shots is going to hit the target first, and I think Magomed's going to get the finish in this matchup. But yeah, I've just got Magomed in a parlay with Sam Patterson so far. That's my only action on Magomed. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, what bets you like in this week, and I'll catch you in the next one.